Hey everybody! For those of you who don't know me, my name is Meredith. I'm one of the students within Positive Psych. And for this week, I'm going to be doing a lecture presentation on the topic we just read about. So, in case you weren't paying attention at all, that would be the romantic love and positive families. Specifically, I'm going to be looking at one topic discussed within the chapter, which is going to be the multi-dimensional theory of love styles. So for this video, we're going to be looking at a brief history of the love styles, then talking about the different researchers who've studied it, and then breaking down what each love style means and how it relates to our well-being. And this is going to be broken up between two videos, so here, let's going into part one right now. All right, so brief history. Greeks. So that's not really talked about in our book, but the different words they use to describe the love styles, eros, storge, mania, ludos, those all come from the Greeks, specifically the Greek philosophers. See, they wanted to have a way to sort of describe the different types of love people experience, because what they found was, well, how I feel about my parents is really different than how I feel about, like, say, my significant other, my partner, and stuff. Because, I mean, it's not going to be saying, like, I don't love my parents, and I'm not saying that I don't love my boyfriend, girlfriend, but these are both different forms of love. They recognize that, and so they came up with these words to sort of describe what each type of love it is and how we experience it. Now, some other words that they came up with that weren't mentioned in the love styles was the philatia, which is self-love. It's described in Aristotle when he says, like, our feelings are basically an extension of how we feel about ourselves. So how you love yourself kind of reflects on how you treat other people. And then there's phila, which means friendship. Now, okay, I have to explain this. So in the textbook, I'm sure you saw that they said storge was the word for friendship. That was akin to feelings you have for a friend. So in the Greek context, storge is the love of family. It's familial love. And philae is the love of friendship. I am not entirely sure why. But the original guy who created this, John Lee, he decided that storge was a better word to describe friendship and use that instead of philae. Not exactly sure why, but he did, and that's what stuck. Now, speaking of John Lee, he is the person who originally sort of developed the idea of love styles. He basically took the stuff the Greeks talked about and did some research and came up with what the sort of the model we have now for love styles. So we have this whole colors wheel where he assigned different colors to different types of love. His theory was first really developed in like 1973. He wrote the book Colors Love, and then sort of he tried to, really not define love, but explain it, like how it's expressed and the various different concepts, the styles people have within love. All right, and then the next people to look into this were Susan and Clyde Hendrick. They sort of expanded on John Lee's original theory in their book Romantic Love, and then they had their own study, The Romantic Relationships and Love Satisfaction and Staying Together, which was published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology. And basically, in that study, they looked at 57 different couples. They were testing out their love styles, their relationship satisfaction, and their stability, seeing like how the different love styles they had affected how happy they were in their relationship and how stable it was. Were they really close? Was it a very rocky relationship? Were they not really satisfied? What they found was that happy couples were those who showed the same type of love style, like someone who expressed eros to one person also expressed eros to one person. And this really makes sense because, if one person is expressing eros, this passionate type of love, and someone else is doing storge, which is more friendship, that's gonna be a little awkward and such. And then another thing they found was passion was a very important factor in the satisfaction of a relationship. Being really passionate and caring and loving between two partners, that really helped keep them together. And they found that when women scored high on the love styles of agape and eros, men actually had a strong satisfaction in their relationship. So I thought that was a pretty interesting find. Women who express a lot of passion and unconditional love are going to create a lot of satisfaction for the guys in the relationship. And then lastly, we're going to talk about Ghana. They looked at 146 different couples, and the result they found in that when testing love styles and satisfaction was that they found eros to be a key factor in the satisfaction for both males and females in the relationship. And some other information that the book didn't really talk about was that they used what is known as the actor-partner interdependence model to sort of define what marital satisfaction is, what relationship styles are, and they used basically John Lee's work to define the love styles. And from there, each model for the different love styles was given to represent one of the 6 different love styles, and then that was put through a path analysis, and that's how they came to their results. Alright, so first love style we're talking about is eros. Like I said, eros is a passionate love. It's seen all the time in romantic relationships. You got these obsessive kind of thoughts. You're constantly thinking about your partner. You physically ache when you're not near them. You love them so much. Everything is like electricity, sparks are flying. The book mentions that limerence is the scientific term to describe eros. Going to the Greeks, that was the name of the god of love, which is probably why this is the number one kind of love. Is that just passionate, raw feeling you have for your partner. And it's very important, in terms of satisfaction with couples' relationships, You have that passion, physical connectedness where you just feel so in sync with your lover and stuff. All right, and then just to kind of help explain this, because some of these types of love do kind of blend in with others, just so you can differentiate them, we have some visual aids I'm going to provide. So this is sort of what I'm talking about with eros, is that, passion, that physical intimacy, just wanting to be near each other. And then we have, Cupid, or as he was known by the Greeks, the god Eros, sort of guy in charge of making everybody fall in love, all that. All right. So then we are going on to storge. And like I said, the Greek word for that was supposed to be familial love, but in this context with the love styles, it is describing friendship. And so yeah, basically storge is considered to be important with having lasting, deep, meaningful friendships. You care about your friends, you're affectionate, you're close with them, you can connect with them on an emotional level. And it's also a very important factor in long-term relationships. It's being able to just be close with someone, being able to have open, honest trust with them. It can really help make your relationships stronger with other people. And so yeah, some visual aids, we got all the friends hanging out, and life's better with friends, everybody. Together forever. Alright, next we have is ludus. This is going to be found in all the people who can't maintain a lot of relationships. This is a player type. You're going after lots of different people. You want to express your love to everybody else, and it's not really great for long-term relationships, and it's not good for relationship satisfaction. It's negatively correlated. As you're going high in ludus, you're going down in how happy you are in your relationship. Most likely your partners are very angry. You're interested in a lot of other people. And some quality traits of this are basically deception and manipulation. You manipulate people in order to get close to them, and you're also very bad with commitment. And here are some key examples of Ludus. You got your guy who's got all the hot ladies there, and definitely not really looking into being committed into your relationship with one person, just wanting to get out and explore other people, which, good luck with that. Alright, so next we got pragma. Now this is about fulfillment. It's about trying to match with someone and finding like the right qualities within a person. Now, logic is really important, but you gotta know this isn't like just some like completely evolutionary, empatheticless kind of love. This is more just about, this person is meeting your needs and what you're looking for in a relationship, and it's important with relationship satisfaction. A lot of long-lasting relationships will have pragma because you're getting your needs met through someone else. They are able to meet you financially or emotionally, intellectually, and so that helps in creating a sort of long-term, lasting kind of relationship because you're constantly getting your needs met. And here's some good examples, puzzle pieces, you complete each other, you're checking off that you have your needs met with this person, and, you're able to meet your needs and stay together for a long time. All right, so now we get into mania. And this is definitely one of those types of love that is negatively correlated with long-term relationship satisfaction. Just, you're not gonna really be satisfied in these kind of relationships. A lot of times people in it, well, they're passionate, but you're also really obsessive. Sort of like with Eros, but this kind of obsession borders more onto an unhealthy side. It's like you're constantly thinking about them to the point you can't think about anything else. And it's painful, like really painful, just to be like away from them just while you're in it. And it's also a lot of emotional instability. Like 1 minute, you got these really high ups and everything is really sweet, and then you go into this big spiral and crash down, and it's like this big roller coaster. And also people with it tend to be really dependent on their partner. They constantly need to know that their partner loves them, that they're there for them, that they aren't secretly thinking about other people and stuff. They're going to be that person who's like, where were you last night? You didn't text me exactly at this time, and I texted you 35 times today and looked at your Facebook account, and why were you doing this and looking at these sites? Are you cheating on me and all that? And it's just like, that's obviously why they're going to have a negative correlation with satisfaction, because their partner is going to be like, you're crazy. All right, so then, here's some examples of that, just that whole clingy, kind of dependent on your partner kind of thing, a bit obsessive, and of course, for this, I had to include Glenn Close from Fatal Attraction, just like, because the love she really had for Michael Douglas's character would definitely be classified as mania, especially after what she did to that poor rabbit. If any of you haven't seen the movie, you should totally check it out. It's really good. All right. So then we're going to go into agape. This is the last form of love that was discussed in the book, part of the love styles, and this is going to be your selfless love. It's unconditional kind of love that people have. You're basically giving all of yourself and you're not really receiving any. You don't expect to get anything back from this person. You just want to pour all the love and care you have into them and making sure that they're happy. And I'm going to go into more detail about this within the next video. Either way, hope you guys liked going over the styles at the moment. So see you in part 2. Bye!